What's good, party people? It's your dude Born Shining here. We're all born shining. Me, you, we're all born shining. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. And if they do try, tell them to go read a book. All right, want to give a shout out to the Universal Life Force, great creator, spirit which moves through all things. Want to give a shout out to Ra. Want to give a shout out to the Archangel Squad, my ancestors, spirit guides, spirit animals, crossover loved ones, and all my friends, seen and unseen, known and unknown. And this is a quick bit. Just felt like making this one real quick uh, about love and relationships and the difference between having love for people and giving love to people. You know, um, first I just want to say I know that it's possible to overdo the tarot thing. I haven't. I've found that limit. There's a lot to it. Uh, Requires a lot of energy to sift through what's for you and what's not. Um, but with that said, I haven't really found a community of people that is so uh, hell bent. It's just a funny word on self improvement and self love and self growth, self empowerment, and um, that's where a lot of the important conversations are taking place for me right now. Anyways, I mean, those are the people that I'm connecting with, even if I'm not in person. Um, they're doing a lot of conversing and conversating about these topics, and I just want to highlight the difference between having love for people and giving love to people, and how you know you can have love for people, but that doesn't mean you need to give them your love. You know what I'm saying? Like in my last relationship, it's like learning to see things from a higher perspective. I don't see myself going back to this person whatsoever in any kind of way. Um, that doesn't mean I don't have love for that person. Um, I hope the best for them. I mean, we had children together, so for my children's sake, I wish her the best. I hope that she can figure out her things and be the best person that she can be for her children and for our children. So, I don't hate her or anything, but I have love for her, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sit around and give her love. You know, I think we're all going to the same place. It's just some people want to take a spirally route and some people want to take a more direct route. And it's really just about finding somebody that is kind of on your level in that sense, that wants to go take your route, as it were, you know. Um, and that's really what it comes down to. So, I mean, for me, I know I talk a lot about, quote unquote, these people out there who are hurting everybody and intentionally causing harm and kind of throwing a wrench in the spokes, as it were. But even those people, I appreciate those people because without those people, there wouldn't be the contrast, like Abraham Hicks talks about a lot. There wouldn't be the contrast, and we need the contrast uh, to stimulate those feelings inside of us of what we really do want. And if you don't know what you want, knowing what you don't want is a good starting point. And that was where I started. I wasn't even sure when I started waking up what it was that I wanted specifically. I just knew what I didn't want. I knew what wasn't working for me. And so I started moving away from things before I necessarily started moving towards things. And so there's a big difference between having love for people and giving love to people. And just because you have love for people doesn't mean you need to give them love. Um, not everybody is on your timeline. Not everybody is going to see things the way that you see it. And not everybody is willing to do the work. And, you might hear that a lot. What does the work mean? Well, the work is looking at yourself, looking at your shadow self. And the shadow self is the part of you that you think you're not. The shadow side is the darker side of yourself. Um, the things that you might try to hide from people or you might be embarrassed or ashamed of. It's easy to do that, especially in Western culture where there's uh, such a high importance placed on being perfect, you know, and nobody's perfect. Um, I mean, there's only God is perfect, you know, the universe is perfect. We're all perfect creations in the eyes of God, but that doesn't mean that we're perfect, like we're infallible, like we're not going to make mistakes or there's not room for that we can grow or improve on. Um, and so the shadow side is part of it is thinking that you you you're done growing, you know. Um, but yeah, having love for people and showing love for people are very different things, and I just felt like it was important to highlight that right now. Um, so yeah, you know, have love for everybody, but doesn't necessarily mean you need to spend time with everybody and everybody you need to break bread with people or spend your time trying to drag people in a direction that they themselves aren't willing to go. There's a lot of fear, and understandably so. I mean, that's pretty much one of the biggest motivators, you know, is fear. People operate out of fear, like they don't take their health into consideration until they're afraid that something is wrong, you know, uh, and that kind of thing. So have love, but protect your love and guard it because it's a precious thing. And when you realize that, that's what real empowerment is is loving yourself first. Self empowerment is loving yourself and learning to love yourself and being discerning about where you're going to put that energy and who you're going to give it in you're going to who you're going to support, where you're going to invest that. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. Love you. Ciao.